The echoing words, "You will burn in hell for never-ending eternity," reverberated through the small church, amplified by the pastor's booming voice. 8-year-old Johnny squeezed his eyes shut, trembling beside his sister, 6-year-old Emily. Her small hand found his, their tiny fingers intertwining in a shared terror. The stained glass windows depicting scenes of heavenly bliss seemed to mock their fear. Years later, Johnny and Emily, now awkward teenagers of 14 and 12, sat rigidly in the same pew. The pastor's sermon hadn't changed. "Hellfire awaits those who stray from the righteous path," he thundered. Johnny's knuckles were white as he gripped the pew in front of him. Emily's eyes darted around the church, searching for an escape from the suffocating fear. Life at home was a constant tightrope walk. Innocuous acts became sins. A catchy tune on the radio in the grocery store? "Demonic influence," their mother would hiss, covering their ears. Emily, now 16, longed to wear the lip gloss her friends wore, but makeup was a tool of vanity, a snare of the devil. One evening, a boy called for Johnny, and Emily answered the phone. Her mother, convinced she'd been trying to talk to a boy, flew into a rage. "You're tempting the devil, Emily. You'll burn in hell." Johnny, now 18, insisted he hadn't broken the neighbor's window, but his parents, fueled by the pastor's teachings on disobedience, refused to believe him. "Liars will face eternal damnation," his father roared, the belt already in his hand. Another time, Johnny stopped at a convenience store for an energy drink after basketball practice. The store also sold beer. His father, upon learning this, was convinced Johnny was on the path to destruction. "You're going to hell, boy. That place is a den of iniquity." Each infraction, real or imagined, was met with the same chilling refrain. "You're not saved. You're going to hell." The words became a constant drumbeat in their lives, eroding their self-worth, replacing childhood innocence with a crippling fear. Time marched on, bringing Johnny and Emily to the cusp of adulthood. They were 19 and 17, their faces etched with a weariness that belied their young age. The pastor's words, now ingrained in their minds, continued to haunt them. "The fires of hell are eternal," he bellowed, his voice as strong as ever. Johnny stared blankly ahead, numb to the fear that had once consumed him. Emily's eyes welled with tears, not of fear, but of a profound sadness. The vibrant light that had once shone in their eyes had been extinguished, replaced by a dull resignation. They were trapped, not in a literal hell, but in a prison built by fear and judgment. A prison constructed within the walls of their own home and reinforced by the words of a trusted authority figure. The vibrant hues of the stained glass windows, once symbols of hope, now seemed like mocking reminders of a heaven they could never reach.